So before we talk about game 2, important note: SKT is not taking this series seriously. They brought in Intara and Blank. They're taking this seriously now. But
Yeah, Tara is what 10-0, and Blank is like 18-0 or something like that.
I actually think it was 17-0 and 9-0 before this
before
series.
today.
Yeah.
Oh, Tara played both games.
Yes, I
Oh,
believe
well.
so. I already think this is a better pick ban from SKT. They obviously don't. Wolf's not a current Thresh player,
Wolf plays Thresh.
but he's not a
You can't
current
say-
Thresh player. Like,
Okay.
he's been playing some of the other champions a lot more just because.
Like Tom Kench and Braum.
Yeah, he likes to. I don't know. It just Thresh to me doesn't fit with like what SKT likes to do a lot. Because in my mind they're not really the what SKT. That's a first pick
Hey,
Elise, like, right?
They pick Elise. They should unless KT bans Elise, it should be Elise
No.
first pick.
Yeah, that's what that's setting up for. And if SKT doesn't, then I don't know what Coma smoked before this game. But
Okay.
yeah, that would have been actually really weird to have banned the Rek'Sai and not taken the Elise. Oh, hi, Lulu. We haven't talked about you any.
Yeah, there's not really much to say at the moment, just because we don't know what the teams want to do
Yeah,
in pick ban.
I'm gonna play pick ban this time, just kind of speed it up.
Okay.
Because I actually want to see pick order and kind of how these come out. Oh, hi, Grogus. We forgot about you as well when we were talking about junglers.
Oh yeah. Also, why Lulu? Lulu got nerfed, didn't she?
Lulu's come up a lot, especially in 7-12.
Yeah. Why would your first rotation not?
Because you don't want Wolf
You
to have
give
it.
over Karma, which you know SKT is gonna pick.
Also, technically that Grogus is a flex pick, but at this point I think it'd have to go jungle.
Yeah, and nowadays it's like Tom Kench feels better than Lulu does right now as a support. And you're essentially doing the same thing, right? You're saving some person. Unless KT's trying to do hyper carry.
And they could be. I mean, yep, so that just shows that that's Grogus jungle, which again was probably the expectation, but they wanted to make sure that wasn't banned from Smeb.
Yeah, and I think one of the things you could have done in this on KT's side is instead of banning Lee Sin, ban Karma.
Wow, KT showing
Or
they think that Karma could be a support. That's interesting, because when I see SKT Karma, I almost always think mid lane. And yeah, I mean, I think the thing from KT, you know, you were talking about the Lulu pick. I think it's just a denial pick, as well as just very strong for Mata right now.
Yeah. Also, one thing that kind of triggers me about KT's pick ban, they continually early pick Renekton and then don't ban top laners that like beat up on Renekton like Fiora, Kennen, Jace in some instances.
Oh, hi,
Gnar.
Zaya. I actually really like Gnar in the current meta, and the current patch. I think it's against Renekton and some of those other split pushers, he's always been very strong because it's always so hard to outpush a Gnar and like knock him out of lane.
Yeah.
And he's always been like a favorable matchup against like Renekton and some of those other picks because you can just do the constant damage from the 3 proc.
Yeah.
And it's hard to out-trade a Gnar level 1 and 2.
Wait, why wouldn't she take Zaya and Rakan at this point?
Because you don't want Lulu mid against Orianna.
What was that?
Because you don't want Lulu mid against Orianna.
No, I know, but what I'm saying is like, why would you pick? I don't know. I don't like the Lulu pick in the first place.
Yeah, I mean, if you don't pick Lulu first
I don't
rotation,
even-
I
like,
think you
what?
pick Rakan. But with
It doesn't have engaged. They don't have pick. I guess it's team fighting only if the other team engages on you.
yeah, I mean, KT has a lot of. Oh, I need to, so we can talk about that. I mean, I actually really like this comp from KT. Smeb.
Like, what are you gonna do though? Like in
You
team fights,
engage.
yes, but you can't engage the team fight unless
Yes,
you
you
get like
can.
a flash body slam.
No,
or
you
a
have
flash-
Smeb. You have Smeb to get in the fight. You have Score to get into the fight. And meanwhile, if those fail, they're at least gonna pull in the SKT engage. At which point you have Xayah engage. So I don't know.
Xayah engage isn't like.
But I'm saying
You
Xayah
don't
is
use Xayah's ult to engage as much as you do to use it to like dodge an ability.
no, it's the re-engage here. Like
Or like clean up a kill.
I feel like KT's like just they know SKT at this point. If you were to tell me the enemy team had a Renekton Gragas engage and you're playing against SKT, I said, okay, what's SKT gonna have to counter engage? And that's kind of what they have this game. Because if you let Untara get in the right position and with an Orianna ultimate,
Yeah,
kind of GG. And so you also have the Xayah now from KT to ulti as soon as all the other ultis are kind of gone, which allows KT to have kind of tertiary engage at this point, which I think is what you need against SKT. I think you can't even have like primary and secondary engage. You need like 3 or 4 levels.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of iffy on it still.
Yeah.
I definitely do think SKT one pick ban.
I mean, when you look at the bans, though, also, who are you going to pick from KT? Like, what engages do you have left?
On SKT?
No, on KT. Like, if you look at the bans, what else is KT going to pick that they normally play that's still there? Like, there was so much ban.
Instead of picking Lulu.
Yeah, but they first picked Lulu. You don't really have that argument. Oh, Smeb with the BM.
No, I'm saying,
oh,
but
Jesus.
overall, in general. Like, you could have first rotation Xayah Rakan immediately. Because they already picked Elise, so you can pick Gragas whenever.
I do see a problem with doing a first rotation like that, because I think against someone like SKT, they're going to have something. You almost have to feel like they have something prepared for a Xayah Rakan lane. I don't know what it would be at this point because I don't really know what counters Xayah Rakan.
Yeah.
I will say this game feels much better for me for SKT. They did what I feel like they should have done in game 1, which was flex Karma to the support, pick damage for Faker, and have SKT. I actually really like the Gnar pick here. Like, I cannot actually explain how much I like the Gnar pick from SKT.
Yeah, going into this game, I expect Score to spend a lot of time top lane. I expect Blank to do a lot of in the mid and bot.
Yeah, I will say there's something
Depends.
there's something we didn't touch on from either team, and I think it's because KT focused the Renekton a lot. SKT focused the Gnar and counter to it, and we haven't seen it on 7-12 as much, and that's the Jarvan.
That's true. Jarvan's a good pick too.
Yeah, like, at least... and I think the only reason we really didn't see it in this game is because, again, KT prioritized Renekton, and while Jarvan is an okay matchup into Renekton, it's not great. And I think in the current patch, Gnar is better. I think Gnar was one of the best top laners
Is
in
Blank
the current
doing?
meta. Blank started blue buff.
Yeah. What? I wonder what his pathing.
They know.
Is he doing a full clear?
They know what Score did. That's why.
Score did Raptors red to blue.
Yeah, they know.
I think. Yeah.
No,
I think
he didn't
Blank's
do
gonna
red.
go full clear.
What?
Oh, he didn't do red?
No,
Oh, he
this is
didn't.
still up.
Yeah, that's weird. And they have a word on it too.
I think that
Is he
might have
gonna
been
go
why he
vertical
didn't
jungle
do
then?
it. He may be. I wonder if that's why he didn't do it, because they know he knows they got vision on it.
They're gonna meet.
This is
I
bad.
think.
It's a level 3 Blank to a, no.
Oh no, Score's doing wolves.
Okay.
Score's doing wolves. This should be free red.
There should be a 3 buff. I don't. Score would have already had to go to the red buff to do a vertical. Wow. In this matchup, I wouldn't have expected Blank to be the one to out jungle Score and not Peanut.
Oh, he's coming too late.
The blast cone's still there. He's fine. Nicely done by Blank. Oh, no Score. Okay, well, that was
No,
smart.
Yeah,
Yeah, and now Blank can just kind of take his time in this top half of the jungle, back away, and go get his red buff whenever he wants, because now Score can't go get it. It's too late. I have to admit, that was very nicely done by Blank.
Yeah, it was good padding, and they got that early ward in.
Yeah, that was just a really good level 1 play by SKT. At this point, the Raptor start meta has been meta for so long that you know it's coming in pretty much every professional game.
Usually you do red buff after, right? I wonder why Score went
No,
blue.
I'm pretty sure he had to go blue there because he knows what wards SKT got down. Like, I think it's a lot more...
So it's safer.
Yeah.
This just gives Blank a lot of freedom in the enemy to counter jungle.
Yeah, no, this is screwed Score, like, really hard. That was cheeky from Blank. I like that. It's like, where's he going to repel to? This is questionable. Oh, well, just kidding.
Nice double flash.
And Bang took, like, no damage that entire fight, so... Oh, hi, Smeb.
Goodbye, Wolf. Well, that's an interesting TP.
That was...
Level 4.
So let's just go back to the start of this, because I think this was cheeky from Blank, but this is a problem with the bot lane, is SKT do not have pressure here. If you look down here, it's pushed up on SKT. So KT are going to be the first ones to roam for this, and I think that's where you have to be questionable if you're Blank, because you just rushed into the enemy jungle on the side of your lane that is not pushed up. So that was just a little unfortunate that Blank got maybe too greedy thinking he could push Score out now. And then Wolf kind of does the faker thing and he's dancing. SKT just stayed at that for way too long.
And Smeb TP's right in front of Untara because Untara is mini Gnar, so he can't do anything about it.
And Pawn is level 4, which means he can
I
start.
assume KT pushes this into first chariot now, or is it too early? They have a cannon wave and 4 people. Yeah, this should definitely be. Or they go super ham.
Well, where's Elise gonna repel to? Like, that was just really nicely done from KT. A little aggressive again.
I don't think they get turret though.
That was over aggressive from Blank to go into the enemy jungle on the side of the map that he doesn't have push advantage in. Granted, again, SKT doesn't really have push advantage anywhere. But Pawn was able to roam faster than Orianna, and a Corki's always going to be able to roam faster than Orianna.
Yeah. I like this swap that KT is doing right here. Because Untara's frozen the wave top lane.
There's the... I was waiting. I felt the buffering coming.
Ooh, replay.
Yeah.
Again, this is just Blank kind of being over aggressive.
Blank,
and then SKT kind of pushing up.
I like how Faker roamed.
And KT does well in calling the TP, knowing that mini Gnar.
Faker roamed up to get the Scryer's Bloom and then went back to mid when he realized there was nothing he could do.
Yeah. And so something that just happened that you don't really get to see during the replay. Untara had frozen the wave top lane to a point where Renekton would have lost on so much farm and CS if he went straight back to top. So what KT did is they sent Pawn, another ranged to go up there and break the freeze,
the roam
allowing
or the roam
Smeb
top.
to get the They roam him top to break the freeze and get the minion wave in a place where Smeb can still farm and not get completely destroyed.
And now they force Untara's TP out top lane, because now Smeb could get this pushing in his favor and try and freeze it. So Untara has to get back and break the freeze himself, otherwise he's gonna lose a lot of CS.
Yeah.
And that was all on the back of Pawn roaming up top. Like, that wasn't on the back of Smeb setting that wave up. That was pretty much all Pawn.
Yeah, and Smeb went mid to catch that wave. So it was a really nice understanding of, like, minion wave management by KT.
Yeah, I mean, KT's been playing the map really well so far in the, like, 30 minutes of game time that the series has. Pawn does have to be careful. Faker is 6. There we go. I think it just started raining randomly at my house.
Yeah, that was why the move up happened.
So I don't know. I think this has been just a really good start. And yeah, KT, Zaya is dumb, and then Zaya with Lulu is double dumb. Jesus, Deft. That was a little too aggressive, I think. That was questionable. They did get Bang's flash, I guess, but that was a little
too much.
Yeah, Deft, you didn't need to do that. They know.
Yeah, and here we see Blank continually playing against bot lane.
They know Blank's there though. Like.
Yeah, it's worded out, but it's expected that Blank's gonna play towards the bot side of the jungle. It's kind of weird to me that Score's not playing to the top side. I feel like with Renekton, Gragas, you have a lot of kill pressure.
I will say Gnar, now that he's level 6, it is difficult to gank Gnar. You have to kind of time your pathing. I don't want to say perfectly, but to where he's exhausted, because it's very easy for Gnar to stack up the Fury. Or not the Fury, but the Rage. There's Fury and Rage in this game, isn't there? That's annoying. But yeah, it's too easy for Gnar to stack up the Rage against two people like that you have to time. You have to almost not happen against it, but kind of get lucky that you're pathing right about the time, or get Smeb to force out the Rage bar so he's exhausted. So I understand Score's thought process here. I agree with you that I think it's probably wrong. After that bot lane play, it probably is the right play, because now your bot lane is stronger. SKT have no idea this is happening if Score wants to play this right.
I think the reason why this is happening is because KT has chunked their turret solo.
Oh. They messed that up. That
did not go the right way.
That was almost nice, and then Score actually slightly messed up his ult there. That was a beautiful double stun. But they went on different targets.
Yeah, no, the biggest problem there was he should have placed the ult to get Bang, because Bang's the one without flash, and I'm pretty sure they know that he doesn't have flash. Oh, Pawn, he just went over a ward, so
yeah. So right here, I will say if he's trying to throw the cast quickly, I don't know that he can get it, to see what we're talking about, I don't know that he can get it like right here to knock Bang this way. As easy as it is just to put it right here and knock them both and possibilities.
You're at most you're getting a flash, because there's no way, unless you dive the turret with no minions, you're not going to get Wolf off that.
I think the problem here isn't the fact that they got knocked opposite. I think that is one of the problems. I think the biggest problem for KT here is watch what direction they go in. So Deft starts pathing this way, and then Mata goes this way. Like,
yeah,
they just, that was...
I think that the point was they were trying to get Bang because he's the one without flash.
But Deft and Score did the right thing.
So I think the original call was to go for Bang,
But I think Deft and Score did the right thing after the cask, which was they started pathing down towards Wolf. It was Mata that kind of kept the initial call of Bang and flashed forward towards him, trying to, I guess, polymorph him or something.
Right, yeah.
So
if he had polymorph Wolf, they might have gotten something.
Yeah. Yeah, this is just first tower from KT. Even if Pawn's shown, this is just allowing them to get the pressure. So I don't know.
KT's playing the early game relatively well.
KT's, yeah, this entire series, the early game's gone well. KT just seems to know what they're doing a little more.
Yeah, and the SKT junglers are focused on...
The SKT junglers are just doing weird things. Oh, Untara, this is bad for you. Jesus, Smeb. He's got it. Yeah. The Dominus DOT.
Yeah. Smeb. Smeb, baby.
I mean, that was just very well played from Smeb because he knew Untara. Untara missed the stun on Smeb. Like, I think he missed the ulti stun on him. He got the wall up. But,
yeah.
Like, yeah, we'll see this. He got the wall up here, but he, like, didn't get the ult stun. He just tried to push him in. Oh, he didn't even get a wall up on him. So yeah, as soon as he's exhausted, Smeb wins this. So, and Smeb really could have let the dot finish this. He just kind of wanted. Oh, he did let the dot finish it. I like it.
No, he did. He was just making sure that he was in range. One of the big differences between the two games, other than at the moment you see about both side lanes are kind of winning right now. The biggest difference is in the mid lane, where last time as Karma, Faker couldn't really do much other than just wave clear. Now as Orianna, he completely has control of the mid.
It's all and
like 20 farm.
That's a lot of a benefit of how much Pawn's been roaming. Faker's stayed in mid lane.
Right, but Pawn's roams haven't done anything, right? At least for him himself.
Well, right, but that's what I'm saying. That's on the back of Faker saying, okay, Pawn, go roam. Your team's making the plays before you get there. Like, I'm just going to walk back to mid and farm. So, I don't know. I think Untar is showing a little bit of uncomfortability on the Gnar. I don't know how many. I mean, most top laners, especially Untar, who's been playing for a while, should still be comfortable on Gnar. He's kind of been in and out of meta since he was released. So
yeah.
But I don't know. He's seeming to miss time a lot of his rage meters. So, granted, in lane the timing doesn't matter as much, but I don't know. Gnar against Renekton to me has always seemed like a skill matchup that favors Gnar, but it's still a skill matchup.
Yeah, basically. I think the biggest thing that moved it this time is the fact that Smeb got the early TP down and got the early gold. And Untara wasn't able to turn the freeze that he did into anything because of the play that Pawn broke the freeze.
That was interesting from KT. They just called that off on their own because Smeb just canceled the TP.
Yeah, I think they realized they weren't in a position.
They realized that was not really going to be a 2v4, but it was more likely going to be...
It was going to be a 5v5 in the end, I think.
Yeah, and Untara's sitting on, like... Or Untara was no longer exhausted, so he would have been able to stack Rage. So, I think that was a good call from KT to cancel that. It looked kind of funny from... Also, something we haven't really talked about this series, and Bang's been on Ashe both games. That's the first Hawkshot I've seen that's really actually shown something. Like, I haven't really been watching the Hawkshots in the last two games, but the fact that I haven't been watching the Hawkshots, I think, says a lot.
Yeah.
Normally, Bang is, like, the best in the world, in my opinion, on getting Hawkshots that are, like, impactful. So, I don't know. That's kind of strange.
Here's the part where Score finally comes up top lane.
And it's not going to matter because Untara should get Mega in this fight.
They went a little too early.
Well, they went too early, and again, the timing was off.
Yeah, it got bad because Untara walked up and saw Score. Uh-oh. I
don't like this from either team. I think KT wins this. Oh, especially with Mata and Def Tier. Yeah.
Yeah, they got the early tower bot, so this is the common play is that you rotate your bot lane top, and if you come early...
I guess it's okay for now for SKT to keep their bot lane down there, but I still think that's slightly questionable. They know Pawn's coming.
Is it a 1v1? No, it is not a 1v1.
We'll see her. I was like, they didn't see him on a ward, but they pinged out his pathing as soon as he, like, got even close, so...
Yeah, and so KT wins the rotation. They should get Rift Herald after this turret, too. And for some reason, SKT still isn't responding.
I mean, I think they know that tower's forfeit. They're just trying to get farm. At this point, if you're SKT, the game plan kind of has to be survive until, like, 30. Keep Untara safe so that he can at least slightly hold against Smeb as long as he doesn't do anything dumb. AKA Mega Gnar him back into him. And also
the
Faker.
Biggest thing here is SKT gets mid turret because Faker is just dominating Pawn.
Yeah, I don't know about trying to shockwave Agragas, but
I think it was more so that he couldn't like clear the wave, or if Score did something dumb where he like tried to engage.
I guess Score wasn't gonna be able to clear that wave, but I guess if he had Cask up, Oh, hey, look, Clown Drake. Just kidding. Actually, Cloud is like the third most useful one currently, at least on 1 or 2 Drakes.
Yeah, it's pretty. I think all the dragons are in a decent spot at this point.
Yeah, I mean, I think Ocean is at just 1 Drake is kind of the worst
True.
statistically.
It helps your jungler, so.
Woo! SKT really wants their jungler. Actually, SKT needs their junglers to have some help right now. This is not just good from SKT. I think this is the only reason they didn't move their bot lane up. Was now Bang has actually had time to get that pressure all the way to tower, and Faker can now roam. However,
Yeah.
Bang, I don't think he really. Yeah, he has lifesteal though.
This is at this point. First of all, KT should have gotten the Herald a lot earlier,
Oh,
and
Smeb.
because they're behind on this, it's kind of ruined their hold of the game.
That's
Yeah,
the second strange ult from SKT.
Is it? Smeb dies.
No, he still dies, but Faker ulted him like slightly too early. Like if you go back, they're probably gonna show a replay of it. But Faker actually ults this just a little too early. I can't complain because in the end it still keeps Smeb from like slicing and dicing further away. But
Yeah.
the ultimate blank flashed right at the end of that.
Yeah, I
That
don't
was
think he needed
unfortunate.
to in the end, but whatevs.
Faker actually pulled Smeb slightly further away from them with that shockwave. Since it pulls you to the center of the shockwave, it pulled Smeb slightly further away from them, which is what caused Blank to have to chase that. So again, that was a little nitpicky. They still got the
Yeah.
kill. It's still a nice play. Got tower. But it could have saved Blank's flash, which with Elise in this case, trying to get onto a Xayah and a Corki, you kind of need that flash. So that's what VOD reviewers are for, to nitpick the best player in the world on a ultimate. Oh, hey, look. Yeah. If you can.
Still kind of mad at KT's plays here
Yeah, KT is not doing what they did in game 1.
from a macro sense.
But this ult, like, right here. Just kind of pulls Smeb away. And it forces Bang to have to, or Blank to have to chase him. So
I mean, I think the thinking was that Smeb would flash earlier.
maybe, but
And you know how when Faker plays Orianna, he gets extra range on his ult, so he probably was
Goodbye,
putting
Blank.
that in.
that has to feel so bad when you repel up as an Elise.
And there's nothing to jump to.
Yeah, you know you're dead.
It's just like, yeah. Well, I'm about to die, guys.
I have a feeling we're gonna get a replay of that since that like started right as we came out of replay. But yeah, KT just hasn't seemed as sure of themselves this game, macro, and I think that has to do with the lead Faker has. And
Yeah, also Mata has the Herald, which is
oh right, I remember
new,
seeing
but he
that.
is a shot caller, so I guess it makes sense. He gets control of where to put it.
Yeah, I mean, and the Lulu is going to be roaming around just as much as like if Score had it anyway.
Right.
So, I don't know. I think it's fine. I think it's a slight mistake. Again, we didn't see them take Herald because it was like right as the kill on Smeb happened. So,
Yeah. So what you should expect to see now.
oh, here we go. I wanted to see this replay.
Oh, another replay.
Oh, hi, Wolf. This is Score just deciding I want to go for this. Yeah, that's Smeb. That's having Smeb and Mata for backup and just Score saying we can turn this. Or Mata saying we can turn this.
Yeah. One of the things we should see now is that the AD should go mid. Oh, although. Oh, Pawn's not running TP this time.
Nope. Pawn is running cleanse for that reason.
That one reason. Ash Elise. Yeah, it makes
Ash
sense.
Elise Gnar. Like, cleanse is so helpful.
So yeah, so I guess you can put Bang in the same lane as Corki, and put Faker where the Xayah is. Normally, you'd see the bot lane in the mid lane,
Mata?
and the 2 solo laners on the side.
I guess that should get mid tower. The charge should kill it, so.
Yeah.
That seemed questionable, though, when he placed that. Like, he could have placed that sooner. And not, or once the minion wave had gotten a little closer. 2 charges off, that's not bad, but I don't know. That was almost like Mata kind of going, I want to use this. Can we get mid tower with it? But yeah, this Orianna's gonna be a little scary.
40 farm up. She's literally the reason the gold lead's less than 1,000.
20 minutes, 235 farm, free farm Orianna. That's a little scary if you're a... Oh, are you dead again, Blank? You can't repel anywhere. Oh, Mata got the kill. Nice. Wolf's dead too? Oh, Faker. Okay.
2 for 1 still seems okay.
Yeah, Blank kind of got caught out again.
Although, I feel like if Score hadn't died there, they immediately turned for Baron.
Oh, yeah. With the 1.5 item Corki, Smeb wasn't there but could have TP'd for it.
Yeah. I mean, they did it last time around this time, so...
God, Score has actually been on point with the stuns. It's insane. And then Wolf just kind of... Wolf might have been trying to stay to possibly save Blank there. I don't really know why he was still that far forward. And the problem for Faker there is, yes, he's like sitting at 230 or whatever farm, but he only has the Morello Nomicon and the large rod. He was sitting on quite a bit of gold during that fight.
Yeah, he got Ludens after that kill.
Oh, we could have, next time they show Ori, we'll see how much AP she has right now. It was probably about, what, he probably has an extra 60 AP or so compared to when that fight actually happened.
Well, blasting 1 too, so might be a little more than that.
But, oh hey, Cloudrick number 2. That would have actually started to be nice for SKT had they gotten that. But have to see. I don't know the next time they're gonna highlight the Orianna. Oh, 270 right now.
Yeah, so he probably gained like 70.
Yeah, he was probably sitting around 200.
Yeah.
Was probably sitting around 200 or so on that shockwave. Maybe a little under.
Yeah, honestly, KT should be smashing this game if it wasn't Faker in the mid lane.
I mean, I think KT is still kind of smashing this game. I just think if we're comparing it to game number 1, Pawn hasn't had the freedom he had in that game. Because Faker stayed in lane and didn't try and match him like he was all of game 1. He actually was able to take the mid lane tower. So now Pawn even has less freedom.
I think on top of that, it's the fact that Orianna has more pressure than a Karma mid does.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
You're not scared of a Karma in like other than like dodging her Q and understanding she's going to be annoying with shield and speed ups. Whereas with Orianna, you have to worry about the ball at all times.
No, yeah, I would tell you to be scared of a 2-item Orianna running at you. I don't know that I'd tell you to be scared of a 2-item Karma running at you.
Exactly.
Especially an Orianna with a Karma, which is what they could have had in game number 1. But
yeah,
I don't know.
And they would have had the win ball lane with the ranged over melee to ranged.
So I'm not sure. This is where Untara should start just kind of beating Smeb.
Yeah, Cleaver. Wait, what the hell?
Oh, hi KT.
Smeb rushed Spirit Visage over armor?
2 strong AP sources. Oh no, oh KT. Oh, Untara. You have not played this champion very much. I don't know that KT can or SKT can still do this. Blanks? Yeah, no. Oh, Faker got it with Shockwave.
Oh, I thought Score stole it.
No, they killed Blank like at the same time.
That turns the game around.
Okay, well, so first off, Untara needs some Gnar practice. Because he missed like everything. This is a gutsy call from SKT. Granted, they saw 3 members down. In reality, though, if you think about this from a who can get here quickly map movement, they saw 1 person down here, and that's Deft. Because Smeb still has his TP. It's a Lulu who runs up here so quickly. So really, this is a 4v4 if you think about how long it's going to take this Baron.
Yeah.
Which this is that I don't want to say a desperation Baron, but that's a desperation Baron slightly. Blank takes so much damage from Baron, and then he has to repel before Baron is at 1200 health, so he has to repel and come down immediately, which just allows
the shockwave ends up doing more damage than the smite. It looks like.
No, Score just gets to boop. Yeah, Score got to just boop.
They smited it. He smited literally the same time as the shockwave. I think he smited it early. Level 11 is what your smite does, like 850, I think, or 700.
So he boops Blank, so Blank can't. Smited it at 972 health.
Yeah, that's not. I don't think that's close.
Yeah, it was smite at 972 health, and then he timed the smite to where Faker's shockwave was like at the same time.
Yeah.
Also, whoops, great streaming by me. Hit the not full screen, so it has to re-buffer and load. Okay. Bang should stay alive. If Bang doesn't, at least Wolf should. Just kidding. Are they gonna get aced?
No, Wolf get there.
No, they're gonna get aced.
Nice.
Well,
the Baron doesn't do much, and KT should get 2 turrets.
KT should get like 3 turrets, if not more. The base should be broken here.
You think so?
It should be. I don't know if it's going to. There's 20 seconds on Faker and 20 seconds on Bang.
Yeah, but Blank and Tar...
That's not enough.
Oh, do they split? Oh no, they split up. They might not even...
Oh gosh, is this going to be 4 towers? Oh jeez. Oh, Deft? Oh, that feels bad.
Yeah, I don't... They felt bad because Oriana's up now.
Yeah, that's fine. And they don't want this chase to happen. Because if Deft dies here, that kind of stalls. Because they didn't get an inhib.
Yeah.
Okay. That didn't turn the game at all. That was questionable from SKT. I think at best that's a 50-50 Baron. Because Score's there. At worst, kind of worst case happened. The only good... Well, second worst case. The worst case was KT gets that Baron and they get the ace because...
Literally, or Faker just saved the game by taking the Baron. Otherwise, if they had Baron, they probably could have...
They could have kept pushing.
Potentially ended there?
No, I don't think they end, but I think that's...
Okay, they get both inhibs.
I think that's 2 inhibs, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's nice that they got Baron. I think that play was not something you normally see from SKT, which was slightly desperation.
Yeah, for sure.
And right now, if you showed me this game, I would say, okay, so it's 2 OKT, and it's like repeat of game number 1 from here on out, because there's not too many. At least SKT has more damage and more engage this time.
Yeah.
Which is probably going to be their saving grace in this game.
And Untara and Blank did not play this game all too
no,
well.
You could argue Blank is the reason they're in this position because
yeah,
it was his level like 4 invade that set them behind. Also, Untara just hasn't played Gnar well at all.
Oh, nice Crag assault.
Yeah.
But Untara's too tanky.
He got the Mega at the right time. That's the hard part with trying to gank the Gnar is sometimes if the fight doesn't last for like less than 3 seconds, he's going to get Mega probably.
Yeah.
I think Crumbs brought up a good point just now. I know y'all can't really hear the casters on stream, but if Untara would have died there, that's probably at least 1 inhib. Pretty much if anyone from SKT dies, like Wolf, that's going to be probably a structure taken. Oh, okay. He didn't die.
Right.
Just kidding.
The empower W.
Yep.
OP.
Because Wolf now has 2 items. Bang is on 2.5 items. Faker's on 3 items.
Yeah, he just finished Void stuff. Faker's hurts.
Faker's gonna like auto kill someone if he hits them.
Faker's farm and just presence is the reason why KT hasn't ended this game yet.
Yeah, pretty much.
His wave clear is good. His ult presence could single-handedly change the game regardless of how much gold the
Yeah.
team is behind.
They're probably gonna fight over this Infernal, because it is an Infernal, right? Yeah. Smev, they both have TP. All TPs are up. They saw someone walk into that. Oh, Jesus, score. How did Bang get out of that taking no damage? What? How did Bang just get out of that combo taking no damage?
Not the
Oh, because he ulted Bang into a Karma Shield.
Karma Shield and Ori Shield, and then walked into Redemption.
Yeah. And Smev didn't use TP, so he was late. So Untar actually got there quicker.
Yeah, and KT has to bail because their AD carry is low, and they used a lot of their
Deft
resources
used
already.
all his sums,
whereas
but didn't ult.
SKT has a lot of theirs still.
Yeah. Deft didn't ult, but he used pretty much everything else. And Faker still has Shockwave. I actually love how calm Faker is with his Shockwave. You see a lot of Oriannas either Shockwave on cooldown or like hold it for the perfect 5-man and so never use it. And I think Faker's one of the few players that somehow does like the happy medium of, oh, is he gonna die here? Who TP'd? Oh, Smeb still had his TP. No, Faker's dead.
He's 4 levels ahead of score.
He's one.
Oh, yeah.
There was 3 members of KT there. Because Smeb TP'd in and could have roamed down as well. So
there should be a turret in the bot lane.
I think if you're SKT though, you're okay giving this one up because it's a base. It's not a base tower.
Yeah. Oh, when did SKT pick up the Infernal?
Right after the fight, they ran over and took it, which is why Faker was in the. Yeah, which is why Faker was in the bot lane.
That makes sense.
Okay, now this is bad from SKT that they have to forfeit multiple towers for this.
Poor KT. If they had gotten better Dragon RNG.
Wow, only 3 dragons taken in this game. That's kind of. Jeez.
Well, because the first two are clowns, so you know.
Yeah. The Aegis is gonna come out of blank, I guess, for Corki, and kind of score.
Well, and the fact that Locket is busted on your jungle if it's on jungler or tank.
True. Faker's going, I'd imagine, death cap at this point.
Yeah, it should be death cap.
Which is gonna give him probably over 600.
At this point, there's not really much. KT has to play around the Baron because they can't push against Orianna, and because they don't have TPs, they can't split push either. Not that Smeb was winning the split push in the first place.
Yeah, 3-item Gnar, especially with the Frozen Mallet now.
Yeah, and the fact that Smeb kind of has more MR than armor doesn't really help it either. Although I assume he's getting the Gargoyle Stone Plate next.
Probably with the Negatron cloak in his inventory like that.
Yeah.
Bang has Phantom Dancer, which I think is the standard third item now on Ashe. Just interesting. Smeb is behind them, and I don't think they know he's there. This could.
Yeah, he's been standing there for a while.
Faker's wave clear though is dumb. So
KT should have been using this time to get vision control over Baron. It doesn't look like they have that much, and the fact that they have to fight SKT for it now, kind of.
SKT's getting corralled though. Wow, Untar took a lot of damage.
Flank.
Jesus, score. Smeb is way too far forward. Okay, well, Mega Gnar's gone. SKT has to look to fight now if they're going to try and fight.
Yeah, and KT knows this and backs off.
Okay. That was...
They should switch to...
No, they're looking for the pick.
Oh, bush bait.
2 things from that fight. Score's ultimates this game have been, like, just on the cusp of really good. They've been good, but they've either knocked like the wrong person slightly back, or they've knocked him back without follow-up, so that it doesn't look impressive.
Yeah.
Wow, bang. What? Well, just Zaya things? Okay, well, Wolf's dead now.
R.I.P. 3 items. Is that 3.5 items, Zaya?
Yeah, Last Whisper. But, both tanks in that fight were kind of too far forward. Untara took a lot of poke damage from Deft and Corki before that fight even really started, and then Smeb went, like, slightly too far forward in the chase.
Yeah. What just blows my mind is the fact that KT is up 6 turrets, 11 kills,
And
but
500
is only
gold,
up
or 5,000 gold.
5.5k gold.
Yeah. Well, you know, Untara's up 30 CS. Faker's up 60.
Faker's up 60, almost 70.
Okay. So Wolf, buddy, those things come back at you. Oh, that was rough, and that was a nice little polymorph from Mata. I don't think you needed to flash after the polymorph, but maybe just out of extreme safety, he did that.
Yeah.
Double Locket coming out of SKT soon. Blank's got.
There's a locket on Lulu. That's about it.
Yeah, Blank's got his. Leandry's done. Faker just completed death cap. Faker is scary. I want the observers to hover Faker so I can see how much AP
He should
has.
have over. He should have over 700.
He should.
Maybe 600.
Yeah. The bad thing for KT is this game is still close, and it still hangs in the balance of this next Baron.
Yeah, and the fact that you always trust SKT's late game over any other team. So.
Untara has TP.
This is.
Deft has already used the
I
arrow.
think right now they're just trying to bait out the Gnar TP.
Yeah, Bang already used arrow.
Oh. They've been out-rotated. This should be an inhib for KT.
No, SKT's going to get around too fast. KT's trying to do this yo-yo thing because someone has to go answer that wave now. But however, Bang actually does a lot of damage, especially to Smeb.
They pulled Orianna away. They should be looking for... Meanwhile, Untara.
Yeah, Untara's taking advantage of the fact that he's not needed.
Again, trying to... Do they not have a pink in the pit?
No, I think SKT destroyed it.
Okay, there's the... They got the TP. Oh, it's too low, though. This should be... Yeah.
That
KT
was...
melted that shit.
Wow. That was bad from Blank. Mata's dead. Untara failed the ult? Oh, he hadn't used ulti. Okay.
Yeah. They got
Smeb's
support
coming.
for jungler?
Smeb's coming.
Oh.
Nope, just kidding.
No.
Okay, that's probably going to be replayed from them, but the one thing I'd like to point out there, if we're going to go back and watch this, is Blank actually slightly messes this up. He repels too late. They know the health bar. They have a ward in there. They know what the health bar is like.
Yeah. They came really...
And Blank flashes, repels, and it gets... And Score smites it actually to 50 health, so if Blank would have just run in, he might have gotten it. But
Yeah.
you
I
can't...
don't think you need to repel.
You can't
probably
just
coulda, like,
repel up and down like that, normally.
you probably could have queued this pawn and gained that, like, mini gap close.
The only reason this fight goes like it does for SKT is because Blank is untouched up until now.
Yeah.
And Faker is in the backline and still hasn't shockwave, so they have to be...
I don't think Faker shockwave since that play on the Renekton in the bot lane.
I don't think so. He heard me talk shit about it. 2 days, or, 12 hours after the fact. Okay, well, KT has Baron on 4 people. There's an Elder Dragon up. It's not very strong, really, for either team. I guess it's stronger for SKT, obviously. But it's not, like, game-changing for either. Oh, Untara. Jesus. Well,
This should be Elder, right?
it should be. Blank's up in
Unless
4 seconds.
Faker gets like a steal of the century.
They're gonna go
It's
for
not
it.
really the century, but it'd be a big steal.
700 health. Okay, how does this game not end right here if you're KT?
Does he have enough damage? It doesn't look like it. SKT, they're rotating to save him. And Smith,
I guess we're gonna find out, right?
he will have
Yep.
to back off for now.
That's a Baron and Elder on the side of KT now. 2 minutes with the Elder.
I guess so.
Should certainly be
I
there
am
for
getting
support.
Discord
Double inhibitors
notifications.
now.
Why am
We're
I
gonna
getting
look at
Discord
that Baron
notifications?
again. Here they come, but Bang, looking for the steal. Had he remained calm and provided some utility for the team, this fight might
Yeah,
have gone
Blank should have done one of two things there. He either should have not repelled to go for the steal that way, or he just shouldn't have gone for the steal.
It's a wild growth.
Yeah.
Only able to take out Mata.
Um,
One kill for all the summoners they blew is not the trade that they wanted.
So I don't know. Both of those were questionable.
What is KT doing? They're not pushing anything.
Oh, Faker has 636 AP, by the way. He's Flamed Horizon.
How much?
636
Oh, okay.
He
Oh, hey, Flame Horizon.
for a second.
I feel like KT is kind of wasting their Baron and Elder.
Yeah, I mean, also they time out at like exactly the same time. So
Yeah.
Hits him, he will get one shot.
I don't know. This is KT's just, they're not looking as decisive as they did last game, and that's what really won them that last game. The fact that this is at 40 minutes now,
Less than a minute left. Are they gonna actually get to the inhibs?
yeah, they should get an inhib.
And also,
Why-
is
where's-
Deft like? Why is Deft so?
Yeah,
I
that
don't understand what Deft's doing.
that was what I was wondering too. Was KT trying to? Deft
I
almost
mean,
looked like he took the overly safe path through the enemy jungle, trying to rotate when they're the ones ahead and
They
know
were
where
even in
SKT
the
are.
base. Like you shouldn't have to be stat scared if your team's in the base. And there goes SKT's in one of their engages.
Yep, there's 2 inhibs down, but that's gonna be all they get. So 2 inhibs at least breaks open the base from KT.
This game ends in what, 7 minutes?
Something like
how
that.
does SKT win this in 7 minutes?
Spoilers.
Sorry, my bad.
But I mean, yeah, and at this point, if you're KT, you have to be worried of one fight. Faker's just been able to farm, and he's pretty much full build. Bang is nearly full build. He's got an IE now, so he actually does damage. Nard's building towards a stone plate. It looked like. I don't know. KT doesn't want to straight up 5v5 fight SKT, I don't think, anymore. And it's problematic because now they're probably going to have to. The fact that KT's doing more pushing pressure without their buffs than they did with. I'm so confused.
See how much they trust Bang too. Just Wolf throwing a shield to him, saying, "Okay, try to poke someone, try to do some work with the skill that you have on your Ashe. See what you can."
SKT does stall this out pretty well. I'll give them that.
Between Orianna and Karma, it's so easy for them to move lanes in their own base.
Yeah, and they have decent scaling. They literally just need one wombo combo to win the game.
Smeb got Faker, but just kidding. Oh, God score.
That was a nice ult, but Untara kind of got a lot off.
Oh,
Actually, JK, that was a bad ult.
JK, they just threw Antara into the middle of his team.
I didn't realize Untara was the one thrown in.
Yeah. I saw everyone else get kind of jumped around except for Untara. I lost sight of Untara in that fight. So at first this looks good because KT just do what they needed to do in this game, which was just run at SKT and scare them away from the tower. Why does this go to hell after they've run at SKT? So at this point the tower should be free.
Mostly the ult. I think
Smeb got
Smeb
hungry for Faker.
Queued. Yeah.
And yeah, Untara is on a wonderful rage bar. Smeb
Yeah, I
went,
don't think they need to engage on this because they got the turret.
look at how many shields
This is them
SKT
trying to go
has.
for the game-ending push.
There's the ult. Jesus. So Untara, Blank. The problem is just, again, it's just slightly off from being great. Here's where Bang is. He doesn't get thrown into the damage like Blank does. And Blank should still have Repel at this point.
Yeah.
So, again, Score's ults are good, but they're like half a thing from being from being great, and then Untara's on 2 people. There's Pawn, there's Shockwave, there's the combo SKT's been wanting. I love how Faker got neither of those kills, too. Okay, well, KT got a little bloodthirsty. Smeb got hungry for a kill and possibly the game instead of just taking the inhib tower. Super minions are nearly on Nexus towers. If you just take the tower there and let the minions...
And almost killed Untara. Yeah.
Like,
I don't know. They'd rush that very clearly.
That was bloodthirsty from Smeb, because there was no reason to go after Faker when he has Flash and Heal. And there's so many shields on SKT. Like, yeah, you see Fakers at, like, half health, but shield, redemption. Like, he did use Flash and Heal. Untara is Mega. Forces Mada's Flash. Gets the stun on Smeb, and Pawn already cleansed. What did Pawn cleanse? Hold on, why did Pawn cleanse? Pawn missed... Or Pawn cleansed the Gnar ult, but he wasn't able to get out of Shockwave radius. Well, that now allows SKT to leave their base. Jesus, KT. Also, they only got a 1,000 Baron power play, which is kind of laughable.
I feel like this is KT not being patient, which I mean I guess kind of makes sense because they're not known for being a patient team. But like they had this game in the bag if they played that Baron push patiently. Now it's kind of just like you have to wait for the Baron.
Yeah,
and at this point the gold lead doesn't even matter as much.
Faker's full build, Bang has his QSS. I will say, as much as normally I like Banshee's Veil, especially in the current iteration, it's just so easy to proc this Banshee's Veil from Faker. Literally, Pawn has to hit one rocket.
Oh, yeah.
Or Mata just has to like throw out a Q or throw out something. Smeb's looking for the TP.
Yeah.
They got that ward right behind him in the chicken pit. Untara's almost Mega though. Smeb is still in base. They're still pinging that TP ward.
Yeah.
There it is. Baron's up. They're going for it. And SKT see him now. SKT have to decide Smeb or Baron.
This is really
nice score.
Okay.
That was nicely done. Bang is finally taking damage in a fight, but now Faker's not. Faker already used Shockwave though. Jesus, KT.
What the heck is happening? KT split up way too hard on this. They're gonna get aced, aren't they?
Yep. Jesus,
they split
KT.
up. They split up way too much.
Okay. So at this point, you're in a good position. SKT have to decide Smeb or Baron. Untara, they send Untara just to delay Smeb. He has Frozen Mallet. He's almost Mega. Smeb's not going to kill Untara at this point. So 4 of them can roam up this way. We can't see the Baron, but it's probably sitting at like 3k right now. The problem is for SKT making this play, this group from KT does a lot of damage.
Yeah.
And as we see, Score still has his ulti. 4k. So Score still has his ulti. Mata still has his ulti. Mata still probably has Polymorph. It's so hard for Blank to actually get into this pit, even though SKT have vision of this.
And the fact that Untara's pushed away Smeb is huge too.
And something to keep in mind, you talk about, people always mention you can't really steal a Baron against Kalista because of the burst. Look at what Def's just been doing.
Yeah.
It's actually so difficult for SKT to take this Baron.
And that means a lot of his damage is gone because there's not a reset on. Wait, does he actually use it?
Nope.
Oh, he doesn't actually use it.
He
just
didn't
hidden.
use it because Score ultied right here and knocked
Yeah.
Blank this way. There was no threat of a steal anymore. The Baron was at like 2k health when they knocked him away.
And it looks like Faker had already queued his Shockwave because I think he Shockwaves now.
Yeah, he does. So Mata's gonna get caught by this because Death already has to ult. Score's ult's down. Smeb's ult was down because he's been fighting with Untara this whole time. So all of a sudden now KT is just out of ults. Faker Shockwaves this duo right here. Like I think he channels Shockwave right now. Or not? Yeah. So see, he knocks Score. He pulls Score back, so Score can't get close to him.
It splits up the fight, and this makes SKT basically fight 4v2s, and basically a 5v2 because Untara has better positioning and will get to the fight better than Smeb will.
Yeah, Smeb's still having to deal with Untara up here.
Yeah.
Deft doesn't have ult. Mata just used ult, so KT is out of ultimates. Granted, Untara, the only ult SKT still has is Untara's Gnar, but that's about all they need if this fight gets a little chaotic, because by time Untara is going to use Gnar, the fight should be over. Pawn's half health, has flash, but really no sums. No sums are up from the previous fight. This is the fight SKT wanted, and Bang just doesn't really take damage. Like, Deft has very little lifesteal, so they can just burn him down. Score finally gets into this fight, but Faker still has Banshee's Veil. Does this get procced, or just Score doesn't get the stun on Faker because of the Banshee's Veil? Score stuns Wolf, but not Faker, so Faker can still move around and do damage here.
Right.
And now
I
Mata's...
mean, at this point, the fight's kind of lost.
The fight's over.
Your AD's dead.
Yeah.
Your jungler was like a quarter health, and the rest of Smeb basically wasn't even in this fight.
Smeb
His
was...
TP positioning was really bad.
Yeah, Smeb wasn't in this fight. They take longer to kill Pawn than they really should have. They probably could have turned kill Pawn and then killed Mata, because Mata's not going to do damage to you.
Yeah.
So I think that's the only critique from SKT here. Their inhib spawn, so these super minions aren't just going to end the game, because they have to... Are they going to go for the game? 60 seconds?
They end the game here, do they not?
I think so.
Yeah, they just go through straight up bot because the death timers are over 45 seconds.
Yeah, they sent Untara down to make sure minions can't do anything weird. Yeah, Untara's bot lane.
Untara's gonna TP once they get to the Nexus turret.
Nope.
Oh, or
Inhib.
just now.
And he TP'd to a minion that wasn't tanking the tower. So that was showing that was just a TP to get Untara there quickly.
Yeah, this is game.
Yeah. Jeez, KT. Yeah, Pawn's still dead for 10 seconds. That's game. Jesus, KT.
Well, this game was KT not playing patient and not understanding how to... I wouldn't say understanding how to team fight. They didn't team... Either their communications got messy and they got panicky. Smeb could have TP'd in a much better location with his team. Because at that point, your team is on the Baron. And you don't... The collapse isn't going to happen when Untara's already there. Untara kind of forces Smeb away, and that kind of just wins the fight because they're able to split the team.
I think
Faker's Shockwave splits up their front line away from their carries, and they kind of just use that win to end the game.
Yeah, my takeaway from this game...
KT definitely should have won this if they played patiently.
Well, my takeaway from this game is...
Double inhibs down. All they had to do was... And they had the turret without having to engage the fight.
Right.
For the third inhib turret.
But at the same point, before it even got to that point in the game, this just proves my point from game 1 that SKT should not have sent Karma mid. Because this game was game 1 with KT playing less proactively and less just on top of SKT at all times. So Faker just kind of was able to keep them at bay long enough, and then they actually had Untara and not the Kinnan, who actually late game can split push into a Renekton and keep him at bay. So, I don't know. This is KT not playing proactively enough. This is SKT's comp being better than in game 1 for stalling KT out. And then it's KT realizing they weren't playing as proactively and trying to make up for it all in one fight, and it messed them up. Like, yeah, KT should have won this game. I think 85-90% of the time, KT should have won this game. And we saw the 10% where KT was like, okay, guys, we have to finish this game. Let's go. Smev, I've got Faker. Oh, I don't have Faker. Just kidding. Guys, wait, we're dead. Team? So, I don't know.
RIP.
I think if I'm going into game 3 here, if I'm KT, I'm like, okay, we're 2-0. We're not 2-0 right now, but we're 2-0 right now. You know, in the games at 25 minutes, both games, we're 2-0 right now. We are playing better. We're the better team. Play patiently game 3. Play more to us. Don't like this is
what was that you cut out?
Oh, play, don't get demoralized after that game. Like,
oh yeah.
Just play patiently.
They just have to clean it up.
This is Mata, Deft, and Pawn. I don't think this is a team that's going to be demoralized after a loss like this. They're, 2 world champions, a couple of LPL championships, a couple of LCK championships. This team's not going to get demoralized. They just need to clean it all up. If I'm SKT,
for sure.
I'm going into game number 3 going, okay, let's draft a slightly better early game. Blank. Don't be dumb. We can out-team fight this team. Let's go into game number 3.
Yeah, for sure. And I think one of the things SKT they've never been known as an early game team. They're more of a mid-game, late game team.